good relationship between the labels among each other.
Cool. In terms of the bands, when you guys sign the new bands, what kind of quality do you guys look for in the new bands?
Well, the bands need to be able to play and how to write songs.
Okay.
Need to have like a presence that you can like show them in magazines as well. And they need to have a good team behind them, because signing to the label is not just that, how to get there. You also need to have the people in the band being very active and very motivated and being able to work and do sacrifices. If you don't want to do that, you can be a very good band, but then it doesn't work.
Yeah, so it's a lot of hard work after more hard work.
Some people might think that, okay, you sign a contract, so this is where it happens. No, it doesn't. Then it just starts, because then you have to work your ass off to like get there where you want to go.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, then you will stay on the same level and you won't grow bigger or sell more albums.
I see. Cool. So as a label, what do you think Nuclear Blast's vision is for the future?
Well, at the moment, we are very happy at what we are now and what we do, and that the bands on the label are also very happy to be on the label and that they want to stay. And we want to expand that in the future and keep the bands on the label, and hopefully they will remain happy, and that we can also, how do you say that, with the future and the changes, with the internet and with the downloading and the streaming, that it will be a part of the label in the future, but also that we don't forget about what the label is about CDs and vinyl, and that it will not disappear, but it will be next to each other. And that is like what we are going to do and what we already are working on.
So it will have the future technologies plus the collection items, special edition, all those goodies things.
The classic label setup, with the vinyl and the CDs and the middle editions.
Yeah.
But in the future, or already now, what we are doing, we have our own like guys who do the iTunes stuff and the streaming stuff, and that will be expanded because more and more people are downloading it. But also, on the other hand, metal fans are loyal to the bands that they support, and they want to have the physical CD and the album. So it will all be going hand in hand in the future.
Cool. Thanks, Sven.
You're welcome.
Okay, my name is Jochen Maas. I'm the vice president of the whole company. I'm working for Nuclear Blast since 18 years, and my job is to take care about the organization of the company. I'm responsible for the accounting, also the accounting to the money collecting societies like GEMA in Germany or such things. Then accounting with the bands for the US office. Those and all the, maybe half of my job is troubleshooting. So if it's some trouble somewhere in the company with whoever, I try to take care of it. Also about our publishing companies. Yeah. So that's my job.
Cool. Tell us when you started with Nuclear Blast, if you remember the year.
Yeah, 18 years ago, as I said.
Yeah.
1994.
Okay.
I joined the company.
Yeah.
As an assistant for Marcus, because the company started to grow. I think we were 8 people, maybe 10. Now we are 90. Just in Donsdorf. And everywhere where there was trouble or where Marcus didn't want to work with, that was my job then. Like I started with manufacturing CDs and publishing and the personal stuff. So and it grew, and I joined all the departments, and so that's where it ended now. And in the beginning, I think we had, or not in the beginning, but when I joined the company, we had maybe 10 bands under contract. Like the biggest ones were Benediction, Dismember, Punch and Stench. Yeah, I think Gorefest, who was the first band, the album Erase, entering the German charts. Nuclear Blast, for Nuclear Blast. Yeah, that was the beginning.
And what kind of changes you have seen so far from when you started in terms of the bands and the overall
bands,
growth of the
yeah,
business?
I think when I entered the company, we had only those at that time most extreme, some of the most extreme bands in the whole music business. Now, 18 years later, such bands are normal thrash metal or whatever, and there are much more extreme music directions or musical genres, even in the heavy metal right now. Yeah, bands like Metallica were extreme.
Yeah.
Now they are mainstream almost, and that has been changing. The bands itself, they didn't change too much because we still work together with Benediction. Or bands like Benediction, Gorefest, we did for a very long time. Cataclysm, one of the oldest bands on the label, or meanwhile maybe the oldest besides Benediction, but the most active bands of those old bands. And not too. Then a few years later, we tried to do other metal genres, like for example Hammerfall, who nobody believed in this band, and Marcus liked it, and we signed them, and we expected to sell maybe 5,000 units, and now they sold, I think, all albums all together maybe 1 million records.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's when we opened for different metal genres, like power metal or
Not specific to genre, you kind of opened it up, saying any band could be successful if they have the talents, basically.
Yeah, but it has to be metal, and very important is that Marcus likes the band, because he is the main A&R, and
Okay.
he decides if we sign the band or not. And
Okay.
we really signed not many bands. Marcus said, I don't like them, but let's sign them. And if we sign them, it's not because of the money, but because of maybe other A&Rs or some other employees really promote the band for Marcus,
Yeah.
so that he says, okay, I don't like them too much, but let's sign them.
Cool. Since when you guys started, from your point of view, what are the difficulties you guys faced when the company was growing, when the label was growing?
Yeah. Well, we tried to grow very healthy.
Okay.
That's also my kind of thing, that I don't want to do everything I want to do.
Yeah.
But I just want to make things I'm pretty sure that we are able to do it and to handle it.
Yeah.
There are so many things you can do, especially now, the last years with the internet. Possibilities grew and grew, but I think we should do everything we do. We have to do good,
Yeah.
or best possible for us, and so it's limited with power or energy you have, and
Manpower.
So difficulties were always to take care about new possibilities. Like we've been the first metal label who did a DVD that time. So just because Marcus is also a technic freak, so we did also dual discs, like one side CD, one side DVD,
Okay.
or I just don't remember the name. It was a high quality CD, SA CD. What else? DVD audio.
Yeah.
So some were successful, some totally disappeared from the shop, from
Yeah.
the whole from the world, like the DVD audio, for example.
Yeah.
And we did also a Blu-ray, even if it made money-wise absolutely no sense, because that time it was so expensive to create a Blu-ray, so that you were able to sell maybe 1,000 units worldwide because nobody has a Blu-ray player, but Marcus had, so we had to do a Blu-ray. Such difficulties. Then, of course, sometimes bands think that they have to sell millions,
Yeah.
and that maybe the label is responsible for that they don't sell million records. But in the end, I think almost all of our bands are pretty happy with Nuclear Blast. We almost lost no band we wanted to keep, even, but maybe if they really thought they can sell a lot more if they go to a different label or to a major company. But some of the bands returned, like Gorefest, for example. Some other bands who went back after they realized that it made no sense to be somewhere else.
Okay.
Of course, employees changed, distributors, partners, bands changed, but I think we're still, even if we are pretty big, we are still like in the old days, a community of freaks who love the music and the business, and yeah.
Cool. In terms of, I mean, there's more labels nowadays. You guys are probably the biggest one, but there are, like, you have Roadrunner, they have big bands. You have Century Media kind of competing close. You have Spinefarm kind of taking over all the Finnish bands, good bands, You have a few Swedish labels as well. Do you think there's a healthy competition, or is it like it's getting difficult with more labels coming up for a Nuclear Blast label?
I think nowadays it's not getting more labels, because some smaller ones disappeared because of the financial crisis of the world. So, and also in the music business.
Okay.
Some the strongest and the best survived, and it's a really healthy competition. Well, you mentioned Roadrunner, who we always say maybe we are the biggest independent label in heavy metal in the world, because Roadrunner is owned 100% by Warner
Brother. Yeah.
Central Media, with whom we work together very close in the US, they started their business together with us, and they are stronger in the US, we are stronger in Europe, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and we talk to each other with our mail order. We have to talk with all those labels because we sell also their records.
Okay.
And I think it's pretty unique in the metal business that even if we're competitors, that we work respectful with each other and we talk to each other. So we have no hassle with any of those labels you mentioned, because we work together with Spinefarm. We license some albums from them, or
sometimes the bands go on tour, I think.
Yeah, or for example, Nightwish had Spinefarm had the rights for Nightwish in Finland, and we for the rest of Europe, and Roadrunner for the US. So we had to work together, and it was really no problem. We have all our main territories which are different from all those companies. Roadrunner is doing more commercial bands, like nowadays they kind of totally switched with Lenny Kravitz, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Steve Miller, which is absolutely no metal. Yeah, Central Media is doing more the modern extreme metal from the US.
Yeah,
and we are more the European-based
old school
company.
Yeah, awesome. Tell us something memorable from your experience of working in the Nuclear Blast.
Memorable.
It could be a fun story. It could be a good thing.
Yeah. To be honest, nothing too like what you expect didn't happen. I think we had only one time trouble with a band who was here because they've been too drunk and they smashed some CDs, or some passed when they were on tour.
Yeah.
And before they left the office, some CDs they took out of the machine here, and almost all our bands on the label have been here.
Yeah.
They came to Donsdorf, and the people knew them, and they didn't expect them in Donsdorf. And when we built this building 12 years ago, Manowar has been here, and one of the electrician, he was a huge fan, and we went into the office, which was built there, and he stood on the ladder, and then he almost fell down because Joey DiMaggio entered. Or Scott Ian, we went to a restaurant, and Scott Ian sat there, and some fans entered.
Cool.
And one of the biggest, coolest thing was when we had this signing session for Nightwish for Dark Passion Play, and we announced that we will play the album, and we had 1,000 people, really 1,000 people here in Donsdorf. They came from everywhere. They came from Italy with Harleys, and a bus from Belgium, and there was a line maybe 300-400 meters long, all the way down the office, just waiting for a signing. We had TV here, we had radio here. It was the most memorable, positive thing. But most of my memories with all those bands are really, really positive, because I think all of them are really nice people, even if they look different or people expect something else.
Yeah. But in terms of working hard, everyone have a professional sort of mindset.
Yeah, they're really also, I don't know if people want to hear it, but also those extreme bands, those guys are really nice.
Yeah.
They enter the stage and they are angry, but if they're very professional, and if you talk to each other, and it's really, really, really good.
Cool. What's the vision for Nuclear Blast for the future?
We want to continue as long as possible in distributing the music we like.
Yeah.
What we always take care of, also took care of, is that the packaging of our CDs or vinyls is something special. So also with those collector items we distribute with our mail order, we want to do for every single record something special, so that we force the people to still buy it and not just download it.
Yeah.
And it's getting more and more difficult, because the numbers getting a bit down, and if the numbers go down, the manufacturing costs are higher.
Yeah.
But we always are able to, or we're able to do something special, like books in leather, or leather coated, or metal books, or whatever, such things. And I'm sure, and I said that maybe 10 years ago, that I think this is the future of our music, that you don't sell millions of CDs in jewel cases.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the future you have, in the beginning, pretty expensive collector's item, and plus the download, and maybe a certain part is vinyl. Yeah, because you have something in your hands which is worth the money. Yeah.
So the physical thing become the collection items in the future.
And the positive thing in the metal is that we still have fans. And who'd like to buy it, who like to read the booklet, like to. The cover is important, and not only one single song of a band you never heard of and you will never hear of again. Yeah. So that's what I believe, that we're in a good position within the music business, because we take care about the fans, and the fans take care about bands, which is sometimes a bit dangerous also for us, because they don't let them rip off. They are aware of everything. If we would sign a pop band, they would realize, and they would say, "Hey, what the hell do they do?" Yeah. that's also the dangerous thing, but that's where we have to take care of, and that's what we want to do.
Cool.
And also important is to have a really. It sounds like a bit cheesy, but we really want to have a good relation to all our partners we work with, the bands, the manufacturing companies, the distributors, because it should make, even if it's hard, it should make fun to work.
Yeah.
And we don't sell screws or whatever, not machines. We sell emotional products,
Yeah.
and you can't sell them without emotion.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Last question.
Mhm.
For a band to be able to get signed with a Nuclear Blast, what kind of qualities does the label looks for in a band? The things, you
But
know.
meanwhile, the production of the demo or the CD we get should be on a pretty good level,
Okay.
so that if you listen to it, the first impression is not too bad.
Yeah.
Second is that they have a professional manage. They should have a kind of professional management.
Yeah.
They should have a bit of a history, like experience in playing live, a certain fellowship of fans, maybe also on Facebook or
Yeah. Yeah. Like a good portfolio.
yeah. I think it's almost impossible to start a band out of total zero.
Yeah.
And because a band, they should be together also for some time,
Sometime. Yeah.
because it makes no sense to if they split within after signing, or they change. It should be a bit stable and
Consistent.
I think signing a band without any history is almost impossible. So maybe they should have been on a smaller label,
Yeah.
or active in touring and investing some of their, or certain amount of their time and money
Okay.
in their career, because nowadays it's almost impossible to establish a band out of nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But people think, hey, they make cool music, and it's not enough,
Yeah.
because there are so many talented musicians everywhere. They should have something special.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should not be a clone of some other bands. It should be something special, like even if it's the music, the look,
Yeah. It
instruments.
gives this own identity.
Yeah, sure, because you have to market to do a marketing, and
Yeah.
it's not enough to tell everybody the music is good.
Mhm.
You have to tell them the music is great. They have 4 guitars. They look wild. They have tattoos. Whatever. You need some facts why those bands should be bought or listened to.
Yeah.
Because heavy metal exists now for 40 years. If we say it began in the early 70s with Black Sabbath or Led Zeppelin, so almost everything has been seen.
Yeah.
So it should be something special.